In a quiet dusty corner of an African town nestled between golden hills and whispering trees, lived a family of 4. Professor Fred Mendu, his wife Sanaya, and their 2 sons, Komba and Kosir. Professor Mendu was a revered lecturer at the university, a man of intellect and strong opinions. His wife, Sanaya, was a quiet but deeply wise woman, raised by a traditional chief, with lands passed down from her father. Kosir, the younger of the 2 sons, was the pride of his father. Brilliant in school, eloquent in speech, and confident to the point of arrogance. Komba, the older, struggled in academics but had a heart that beat with kindness, generosity, and grit. He helped neighbors fix their bicycles, carried heavy loads for the elderly, and was often seen sharing what little he had. While the father praised Kosir and showered him with attention, the mother quietly nurtured Komba's goodness. Wisdom is not always written in books, she would whisper to herself. After high school, Professor Mendu pulled every string to send Kosir abroad to study engineering. "You, my son," he said, "will carry this family's name beyond borders." Komba, however, was given a pat on the back and a farewell handshake. "You've done your best," his father said, "but you're not cut out for the scholarly path." With no bitterness, Komba used his meager savings and a loan from his uncle to start a small spare parts business in town. He worked hard, treated his customers with respect, and slowly built a reputation for honesty. Years passed, and one day a call came from home. Professor Mendu was gravely ill. Kosir boarded the next flight home but arrived only just in time to hear his father's final breath. At the funeral, all eyes were on the golden son from abroad. No one noticed Komba quietly supporting their grieving mother. When the will was read, it was discovered that the father had named Kosir as the administrator of his estate. "He is the educated one," the will read. "He will know what to do." Power rushed to Kosir's head like strong palm wine. "Komba has no qualifications," he told the family lawyer. "He doesn't deserve anything. Besides, he's already running a shop, isn't he?" Sanaya pleaded with him. "Kosir, your brother may not have degrees, but he has dignity. Be fair." But Kosir waved her off. "Ma, you're blinded by emotion." He gave Komba a 30-day deadline to vacate the family home. Komba packed quietly, his mother sobbing as she watched her first son leave with only a suitcase and his dignity intact. Komba had always admired Anita, a graceful and kind-hearted woman who often shopped at his store. Though he never had the courage to approach her, his heart leapt at the sight of her. Kosir, who had heard of Komba's interest, sought her out. With charm, money, and arrogance, he won her over. When Komba confronted him, Kosir laughed. "She's too fine for someone like you. What can you offer her?" "Spare parts and grease." That day, their fragile brotherhood shattered completely. Sanaya could take no more. One night, she handed Komba a dusty envelope. "My father left me these lands," she said. "I had planned to give them to you both, but now I know you are wise. You'll know what to do." With the help of trusted mentors, Komba developed the land into housing estates, commercial farms, and a food processing company. He created jobs, empowered youth, and kept his name quiet. His success grew like roots underground. Strong and steady. He married a humble teacher, Mona, whose spirit matched his. They built a beautiful house and, in time, welcomed a son. Komba also built an elegant home for his mother. Just in time too. Kosir had decided to sell the old family house. By now, Kosir had burned through his inheritance. He'd bought cars, thrown parties, funded doomed ventures. He had not even returned to complete his degree. With debts piling up, he began to sell his father's properties, one after the other. Eventually, there was nothing left. His so-called friends vanished. Even Anita, the woman he took from his brother, left him for someone else, someone stable. Kosir, once the golden sun, was now a shadow of himself. Desperate, Kosir began looking for work. He heard of a reputable real estate firm with openings. He walked into the building, and even before the interview began, he bumped into a familiar figure. "Komba. What are you doing here?" Kosir asked, confused. Komba raised an eyebrow, and before he could speak, Kosir said, "Don't tell me you're here for a job. You didn't even go to university." Kosir mocked. Komba sent instructions to the HR officer. "Please remove him from the list of candidates." Kosir tried again, this time at a food packaging firm. He was turned away. A friend pulled him aside. "Try to meet the CEO directly. Impress him. Word is, he rewards sincerity." Kosir tried. He walked into the grandest real estate building in the city. As he entered the boardroom for a meeting with the CEO, he froze. Behind the glass desk sat Komba, flanked by directors and executives. "You?" Kosir stammered. Komba looked up. "Oh, it's you again. Still looking for a handout?" The room went silent. Kosir's pride evaporated. He turned and fled. Kosir ran to his mother. She opened the door and looked at him. Unshaved, tired, and broken. "Ma, please. I have nowhere else to go." She pointed to the neat garden and said, "Your brother built this for me. The man you once mocked. The man you robbed." Tears welled in her eyes. "You disrespected me. Sold our home. Ignored my advice. And now you want shelter." She closed the door gently. Kosir lived on the streets for months. He begged. Slept in alleyways. No one wanted him. His pride broke like a calabash on stone. He watched people walk by wearing clothes he once owned. He saw posters of his brother's companies everywhere. One cold morning, hungry and desperate, Kosir walked into his brother's compound. The gates opened. Komba stood at the door. Kosir knelt. "Brother, I was wrong. I wronged you, I wronged mother, and I wronged myself. Please forgive me." Komba said nothing for a long time. Then he offered his hand. "Only a fool never learns. Stand up." Komba didn't give him a managerial role. He started Kosir at the bottom, warehouse assistant. For months, Kosir swept floors, sorted inventory, and did odd jobs. He worked hard. He listened. He learned humility. Eventually, Komba promoted him to team leader. 1 year later, he became a logistics manager. In time, he earned back his family's respect and his own dignity. One afternoon, Kosir addressed a group of interns. Success is not about who got the highest grades or who traveled the farthest. It's about how you treat people and how you rise after you fall. His brother smiled from the back of the room. Their mother, now old and content, watched her sons. Once divided, now united. Pride may take you to the top, but only humility will keep you there. True greatness is not found in degrees or inheritance, but in character, responsibility, and grace. What is your takeaway from this story? What would you do in Komba's situation? Would you forgive your brother? Share in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more stories that entertain, inspire and uplift.